how to make friends in America.
See, I think I have a couple points that would help people. So the first one I would say,
listen everybody,
is don't be afraid to ask questions with people that are sitting around you.
Yeah.
If you don't understand something, it's the person next to you is more likely or not. I think it's really important to like ask questions.
Yeah,
if you
ask
don't
questions.
If you don't understand something, and then that's a good way to maybe build a connection with someone that you sit next to in the class. So that would bring me to my next point. You are becoming friends with someone, maybe you've had a class project with them, or you just enjoy talking to them in class. Don't be afraid to ask them for their social media. It's 2019, and that's how people stay connected, is let's say you gave me your number, I'm not likely to text you and reach out like, hey, do you want to like hang out, or like, do you want to do this? But if I have your Instagram and I see you're like actively posting on there, like your stories or your feed, you're like traveling, I think that's like super interesting. And so I would like more likely to like reach out to you and be like, hey, that's really cool. Like you're taking a trip to Seattle, or like you're trying this like American food, or you're foreign exchange students are afraid that their English isn't good enough.
Exactly.
And so they don't speak up in class. But everyone here is totally understanding that English is your second language. It could be your third or fourth language for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so like don't be afraid to like speak up and try to articulate your thought, or try to focus on like what you're saying and participate in class, because people are going to appreciate that. Because I know if I went to a foreign country, it'd be so bad. If you want to make friends, you have to get over that like nerve. You have to be confident and
I can do anything good, better than anyone.
It's okay.
If they don't understand you, it's not a personal thing. It doesn't mean they don't like you. It just means that they don't understand. Like, and that's totally okay. And I think as your English gets better, to be like more confident with like speaking to people, because that's the only way you can get better, is like, oh no, like I don't know what you're talking about, tingchiehliu, like,
but
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like rephrase it, and then they're like, oh, that's what you meant.
Rephrase it.
Yes. To think people are understandable, like struggling to like get a thought out because they know how to say it in their own language but not in mine.
Right.
I need to be like, I have to be patient with that person, and like I don't really understand, is there another way you can like rephrase it? I think that's like very important.
Okay.
But I would say like, don't say don't tell someone that they look American or that they sound American, even though I know I do. Like it's very my hat is like, I wear my hat back.
Oh, it's really impolite, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess that would be like one impolite thing. Honestly, Americans aren't very polite. It's not
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
like they have like a lot of manners, and anyways. Don't be afraid to ask questions to like the people sitting around you in class.
Yeah.
The second step is to ask, if you become friends with someone, don't be afraid to ask for their social media. B is to speak out in class, even though your English might be like not as strong, but it's okay. Like it's the only way to get better, and people around you will appreciate you trying, and they'll be more like to reach out to you and maybe to ask you questions about your culture. Fourth one to avoid, the taboo to avoid, is to don't tell people that they look American.
Okay.
It's like not rude, but it's just not a way to make friends.
Yeah. Okay,
that's how.